It started from a long time ago, from the Bronx. That's where I'm from, in New York. I grew up with assault and battery, with my parents fighting and drug using in my house. And I had lost my mother, because my mother was a crackhead. So I lost my mother. I lost somebody that was really part of my life. I lost her when I was 4 years old. So over the years, me growing up, me and my sister was basically back and forth from different homes and family. So over the years, I never learned forgiveness, because going to different schools and seeing other kids with their mothers and, having mother luncheon, and I didn't have my mother. So over the years, I had never learned forgiveness. So it took a while for that to happen. And then living on my own and falling to the streets, selling drugs, even though I had a good job, but, I fell to the streets, partying life, throwing parties. So I had to come to realization that every time I started having, you could have money all day, but without God, you lose everything. So that's what happened in my case. I had money, I had the glamorous life, I had all that houses, cars, but without God, you could lose everything. And that's what happened to me. I lost everything 3 times. So I was introduced to this church in 2008. And I wanted a change for my life, because I didn't want to be like my friends or like my parents, my father being a drunk and my mother being a crackhead that's no longer with me, and my sister doing drugs. So, I didn't want to be like that. So I wanted a change in my life. So I was introduced in this church in 2008. So I made a change, and I was one of those come to church, and I sat in the back row. I heard Bishop saying, God uses people. He go to the back of the line, he'll go to the front. So over the years, I had to get myself in order, and God had to get me straight. I've been in jail plenty of times. God put me there because he had to get my attention, because I was disrespectful, I was doing too much. So I had to find myself. So over the years of me being locked up and, all this drug using in my family and all that, I didn't want to impact my life anymore. So I was introduced in church. So, I started praying more. I started reading the Bible. So when it came along with me changing my life around, things started happening. Good things started happening. I was being obedient to God. So by me being obedient to God, even though I lost everything, I was getting it back plus more. So at the end of the day, I tell anybody, if you want to change, you got to change within yourself. You have to. Even though you can have all these people around you that do drugs or, hustlers and all that, you got to get yourself out of different situations. Because if I didn't remove myself from that situation, I won't be here doing my testimony. So I tell any young guys, females out there, you can make a change, but you got to change within yourself.